Hello and welcome again. In this video about Corvera, we'd like to answer two questions which have been raised by two people who have an interest in this case. The first one is Mike, who asks, on what ground would we file a claim for contract cancellation? Are the missing facilities promised by Corvera enough to cancel? Well, in our opinion, yes, because if we see what was promised by Corvera, what we need to do is really see what's been built. The only thing which has been built is actually the properties and the golf course. But all the other facilities which were part of the contract, at least the promotional literature, which has now been considered by many, many judges as part of the contract, we will see that there was no question centre, there was no five-star hotel, there was no gym, there was not a country club which people can actually go in and have a drink. There is almost anything except for the golf course. So we do believe that this is actually a proper ground, a legal ground for cancelling the contract. We've actually won a court case very recently against Manilva Costa on specifically three grounds, one of them being the lack of the facilities, because what the judge was saying is that people bought there because they thought that the facilities would be built. Now, this development in particular, the one Manilva Costa, is quite isolated. And therefore the facilities were a necessity for the people buying there, and they actually made their minds up. The consent was based on the promise of the facilities. The second question is made by John, and he's asking, a lawyer by the name of Raimundo, which is from our firm, replied to a member of our forum a month ago, stating that there was no possibility to win a case on the basis of lacking facilities. Now, John asks us, why are we changing our opinion? Well, the question here is obviously very clear. I mean, John wants to know whether we've got two different answers for the same question. Now, the answer is no. Raimundo, who is a conservative lawyer, which I believe, is the way lawyers have to be, received minimum or minimal information from the client in particular, or the future client. There was only a contract and there was some mention to a certain facility. Now, also, apparently someone told Raimundo that there was, or the golf course had overgrown grass. Now, this is clearly not a reason to cancel a contract. We've got to be very, very specific when we put a case forward in a court of law, and we need to prove exactly what that is missing in this development, and why is it so important that these items are not missing in the development. Our colleague Raimundo had little or no information, and what he said is that he declined to take on the case. So, that was basically the same opinion of the rest of the law firm. Later on, when we started to investigate, upon receiving a client from Marbella who had bought a place in Corvera, then we realised that there was much more missing in this development. There were items of very big importance to this specific development, and therefore we decided to take on a larger number of clients. Thank you.